after so long, I put this amazing class together just to help you and help everyone that wants to really grow in business. And we're live right now. And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for taking your Saturday morning to be here with me. And thank you for just taking the time to learn and to grow into the industry. So as some of you guys know, my name is Bruno Freitas. I'm originally from Brazil, and I'm someone that came in this country when I was only 16 years old. And the whole idea was just to be with my parents. That's right, my parents was already in the U.S. for the last, not for the last, but my parents was at the time already in the U.S. for 10 years. So I was almost 10 years away from my parents. And it was really rough getting into this country when you're an immigrant, when you're someone that's starting from the bottom, from nothing, and be able to really do something. So today, my main goal here is to share a little bit of my story and all my everything that I did to get to the position that I'm at today. And hopefully, at the end of this life, you understand that you also can do. You also can get to the same spot, and the idea should get you to the next level, right? We want you. I don't want you to be at my position. I want you to be better than me. I want you to achieve more things that I did. And if you're really willing to learn, if you're really willing to know what to do, today is the day, right? So let's start. Let's go to the next level, to the first slide here. I'm going to be presenting to you everything that we're doing today. So let's start with the introduction. All right. Like I was saying, my name is Bruno Freitas. My early on life in the U.S., I came in when I was 16. I am from Brazil originally, so I left Brazil. I went to Mexico. From Mexico, I went to Cuba. From Cuba, I went to Bahamas. I got in a little boat and I crossed over the Caribbean Sea. That's right. I crossed over the Caribbean Sea when I was 16 years old with my 8-year-old sister. We almost died. The boat stopped working. Water was getting into the boat. At one point, I fainted it out. I couldn't remember a lot of things. I just remember people screaming. I was helping taking the water out, and then I fainted. And that was the last memory that I have of this trip. Next thing you know, I'm arriving in somewhere in Florida. I don't recall where it was. And we made it. It took us 21 years to get here from living in Brazil to get to the U.S. So that was rough. So you can see that early on, my life was already rough, right? When I got here, I saw my parents once again. It was almost 10 years they were away from each other. And I started going to high school, right? So you're 16-year-old, you're in the U.S., you got to go to school. You can't just not go to school. So I started going to school, no English. Like majority of the guys know, it's a language that you got to learn once you get here. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to grow. You're not going to be able to be a success. You're not going to be able to have any success if you don't speak English, because this country, you speak English, right? So high school is a place where I understood the way things work, the way you could potentially become someone, not because of the actual opportunity you have to be in the U.S., but if you want to become someone, if you want to work hard, you can get it. You can get there, right? As long as you're willing to put your sleeves down and go to work, you're going to be able to do it, right? So in high school, I met my beautiful wife, Thay Freitas. She was going to a high school nearby. My school went to play against her school. That's how we met. We met in a soccer game, my school against her school. And then we started talking. And then 2 years later, we got married. Right, I married I was 19 years old. So 3 years later, she was 18. So she basically turned 18 in December. We got married in May, and then she finished high school in June. So that's how quick it was, right? And little did I know, I was about to start my journey. I was about to start my life, right? In high school, I met a lot of friends that their parents used to do landscaping, gardening. They usually do maintenance throughout the whole year. And then I saw them every Saturday going out to work with their parents. And then at one point, it kind of clicked. Okay, this is something that's not so hard to do. It is possible. And I just need a lawnmower and a blower, and that's about it. So I kind of start learning how to do the landscaping maintenance. I kind of start learning how to just be someone that could do the same thing that they're doing. Every weekend, those guys are showing up on a Monday morning with $200 in their pockets for 16, 17-year-old. That's a lot of money, right? So if you're going to school, if you have that kind of cash on you, that means you're working, right? So I took that as an example, and I decided to start with my first business. But because I didn't have any experience, how do you get experience? And this is one of the first topics that I want to talk to you about it today. The first topic is like, how do you get experience in the industry? How do you get experience with what you want to do? So first things first, I was the guy hanging out at Home Depot, just waiting and just being there for other people. And the experience that I gained through that was because I was getting picked up by guys and people that was doing landscape and hardscape. And I started, doing all that. And today I want to just put that together for you and just give it for free. I'm just going to show you everything that I did, how I did. And the promise here today, if you're here, that means you want to grow your business. That means you want to be someone that wants to really take this serious, because you're not going to be taking a Saturday morning just to watch a guy talk on the camera, right? I'm going to give you tools, and I'm going to give you things to do, so that way you can improve your business. Okay, that way you can start making more money. But making more money, that means you have more quality time for yourself and your family. And that's the main goal here, to give you the peace of mind and the efficiency that you need in order for you to have a quality time for yourself and for your family, right? So the promise here today is I'm going to take you from where you at, and I'm going to show you how it is possible for you to go from 0 to 6 figure a year. If you're already there, right? If you're already making 6 figures a year, I want to take you from 6 figures to 7 figures. And maybe you're a guy that's already established, you have your business for a few years already, and you're already in the millions, which is great. Congratulations, good job. But you probably don't know how to scale up to the 8 figures. And I did. And I want to show you today. And that's my promise, that I'm committing myself to you. You guys ready? Let's go. All right. So first things first, for some of you guys that's already in the industry, please bear with me. Okay. I'm going to go and help the people that's about to leave high school, the people that study in the industry first, and then just understand everything, how I did it. And I'm going to show it to you later on, how you can scale up your business. So first things first, when you start your business, what is the main thing you have to do? First, you start with the name, right? How do you get a name for your business? How do you get a legit name that's going to really stand out more than the other people, stand out more than the other guys that's out there, right? Some people just don't care about the name. I really care about the name. It took me years, and it took me time to understand the language. Once you say a word, what that word represents it to you, what's that word represented to the industry, right? So first things first is like, make sure that you have a solid name, a name that can really help you, right? So if you're taking notes, this is the time for you to write everything down. When you're thinking about starting your own business, you got to make sure that you have a name that connects with the type of service, the type of industry that you're trying to provide, right? So once you have that name, you got to run that by the IRS. Why? Because you're going to need an ITIN number, and the ITIN number is something that's going to really help you get a business account into the bank. You're going to help you get credit cards. It's going to help you get credit. It's going to help you get everything. So let's start with the name. You got that name. Now you're going to have to run that by the IRS. Once you run that name by the IRS, and you get a green light to go ahead and that you can use that as a business name. Second thing you have to do is to basically get that name, go to the IRS, file in for a business, and what kind of business do you want to start, right? When you get to the IRS, what's the type of business that works for you? So let me break this down a little bit. This is topic number 2, right? So on the type of business that you should have, this is very important, because you can't mix. It's not going to be good for you to mix things with the service that you're doing, right? So for example, I suggest if you are someone that's going to be selling, let's say, products. Let's say you're just selling products. You're not even doing the job. You just want to sell pavers. You just want to sell whatever. You're a supplier. So LLC will be a better type of company for you to have. So whenever you're selling products, LLC is usually better than having a corporation. Corporation is when you provide service, and even the sole proprietorship is when you're starting, right? So people start with the sole proprietorship, and then from that point, when they grow too fast, they don't expect to grow that much, then they got to pick a corporation. So what's the difference between an S and a C Corp? A C Corp is basically the best way for you to go, because with a C Corp, you're able to pay less taxes than as an S Corp. And here's why. Once you have a company established,
you have a corporation and a sole proprietor, for example. Under the corporation, you're going to be able to write off everything that's running by the business. On a sole proprietorship, that's basically an extension of your tax ID or your social security, meaning you're going to have to pay everything that comes in, right? So there's not a lot of options on write-off on a sole proprietorship. Now, if you have a corporation, a C Corp like I have 7 of them, corporation is going to help you really open up the bracket where you're able to basically write off 100% that you do, as long as you're using everything that you have for the business. At the end of the day, the main goal is business purpose, right? So for example, I have a Tesla Model X, right? It's almost $200,000 car. It's 180. I don't even know how much. Anyways, so I bought that car under the business name, and that was 100% write-off. Oh, Bruno, how do you write off a car that you're taking for yourself? Actually, I do come to the office with the car. I do go to clients sometimes, and I do use the car to just to give me a better feeling of like a trustworthy company. Imagine that you have a guy that shows up on a Toyota Corolla to a property, and imagine someone showing up in a Tesla. So this is a $100,000 project. Which way do you think the client's going to go? They're going to feel like, oh, this guy's more trustworthy due to he's riding a nicer car, he looks nice, and he has a uniform, he has all of that. Instead of a guy that's just finishing off his work and just showing up. So first thing you got to understand is when you have a Class A corporation, like a company that's really like a top quality company, you don't want to present yourself as someone that's just like, yeah, whatever, right? You got to present yourself like $1 million. You got to present yourself like, yes, I'm trustworthy guy. And maybe if you don't have a fancy car, that's not a problem at all. All I'm trying to say here, dress up nice, look nice, right? So once you show up to a client's house using your car, you're able to have a better idea of which company the client's going to choose, right? So if I pull back right now, this is just like an extra wing that I gave you guys. But if you're back right now, so because I'm showing up with a nice car to the properties, I'm a C Corp, I'm able to write off every expenses that I have under that car, under that vehicle, right? So the difference between a sole proprietor or any other entity, you have the LLC or sole proprietor and CNS Corp, as a C Corp, you're able to write off 100% of everything. For example, at the end of the year, this car cost me $180,000. That $180,000 would have to be deducted. It would have on a sole proprietorship. It would have to like you got $180,000. You're gonna have to pay that tax on $180,000, and then whatever it's left from that, then you get to tax return and whatever. Now, when you have a C corporation, $180,000 I was supposed to pay to Uncle Sam basically becomes a business expense. So now, instead of me paying to the IRS, because I had a $200,000 profit, now I get to write off $160,000, $180,000 car. I hope that makes sense. So this is one of the things, like really be smart to what entity you want to open up your company. I suggest you guys on a C Corp. I'm not a CPA advisor. I'm not none of that. I'm just telling you what it works for me, and hopefully that can work for you as well. And then once you have a name, now you have a company. After you have a company, and the C Corp is what I suggest to you guys, what is it that you're going to be providing to your clients? Like, what is the type of industry inside the construction world that you want to have as your main source of income? So maybe you want to just lay concrete. In California, you go ahead and get a C license for that. Maybe you want to be a carpenter. Maybe you want to be a plumber. Maybe you want to be a tree trimmer. Maybe you want to be just a guy doing maintenance. So there's all these things that, depending on the category of work that you're going to be providing to your clients, it's based on the type of license you want to have. So today I have class A, B, C, D. I got all the 4 classification. A as an engineer, B as a general contractor, C is like the concrete, the pavers, plumbing, pool stuff, and D is just grading, excavation, ground movement, right? So all of those licensing does apply to everything that I do. So the type of license will determine how much revenue you can have. Check this out. There's no way that you're able to become a multi-million-dollar company just trimming trees. Why? Because, okay, you can do a lot of work, but that's a cap there. In order for you to become a massive company, you're going to have to buy out everyone around you. So it's like, it's going to take a very long time. So I'm trying to show you a shortcut here And it's a secret method that I was able to figure it out early on. So if you stick with me into the end of this video, you're going to understand. Into the end of this class, you're going to understand like how simple it is, not that complicated, right? So once you have that type of license that you, based on the revenue, maybe the kind of guy that says, you know what, Bruno, if I make about $1 million a year, I'm happy. If I make $500,000 a year, I'm happy. Nothing wrong with that. Great. Just stick with what you're trying to do, and great. Just get to that position, just stay there. But I'll tell you this, when you get there, it's not going to be enough anymore. You want to go to the next level. A lot of people ask me, what's the number, Bruno? What's the number that you want to hit where you're just going to feel comfortable? I will never be comfortable. I will never set myself to just stop at one position. I'm always growing. And people get offended with me sometimes because I tell them, listen, in order for you to grow in business, you need help. You can't grow by yourself. And they think, yeah, sure, whatever. And they just go do the things on their own. A few months pass by, they come back to me and say, hey, I need your help. Like, why? Why I need my help now? I told you since the beginning, right? People want to compare themselves with you all the time. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. As long as you show it to them that what you're doing is something solid. A lot of people just give up too quick, too easy. They don't want to keep going. And this is what I want to open up to you guys in the next session. But once you have the licensing, once you have everything figured out, what type of insurance you have, based on the classification, based on the type of company you became, you're going to have different types of insurance. For example, we just had a crane company coming over to help us carry a fiberglass pool over the house. We did 2 or 3 of them this month of October. And then they have a type of insurance that it's a $10 million policy. Then in order for them to serve us, they had to add our company under their policy for that one day. Imagine if that pool falls on top of the house. Imagine if that pool would just damage a house. Now, before the homeowner would go to them, I'm the contractor. I'm the one that hired them. So the company will come to me, the homeowner will come to me, and I'll go after the third party that we hired to crane the pool over the house, right? So type of insurance that you should have, depending on the industry, depending on the company that you have, it's going to be something that it's very important for you to understand. Here in one of our companies, we have, I think it's a $2.5 million policy or $3 million policy. If you're starting today, I don't think you need that severe of insurance. You can have a $500,000 to $1 million. So you have different types of insurance. So a lot of people mix this, and there's a lot of confusion on insurance and all this stuff. So first things you have to know is like you need a general liability. That's the type of insurance where it's going to cover everything that goes outside the construction zone. So meaning if you're doing the construction there, I don't know, you guys driving the Bobcat, he got distracted, he crashed into a house, opens up the whole wall. Your general liability is what's going to cover that, right? So it's just for general. Let's say if one of you guys gets hurt on the job site, and that guy's working under your company, you are liable 100% for whatever happens to him. Because if you're a contractor, but you don't have a license, you don't have insurance, that person can sue the homeowner, and this can be a whole bad thing because the homeowner now is going to sue you because you got the job from them, right? So one thing that's very important for you to understand is if you have a company, if you have a legit license, if you're a legit company, you do need a general liability and a workers' compensation. Workers' compensation, what's going to cover you for this? Workers' comp is going to help you cover any medical expense that you may have with you guys. Did had a guy, unfortunately, died, not on the job site, but he died. And then because I had some type of insurance, I was able to help him and his family. But check this out, not everyone has a general liability or a workers' comp, and that can really kick you in the butt if you don't have those in place, and that can really cost you not only money, but it can take you to jail if you don't have that. So it's a very important thing for you to know to have the general liability, right? So now let's just do a recap real quick, and we're going to go over everything. So what we're going to be promising today, what we're going to be doing today is like first, I just went over with you how to get a name, a legit name, and open up a company with an ITIN number. With the ITIN number, now you have a bank account that you can go to a bank, open up a bank account, apply for credit cards, apply for all that. And then type of a licensing, right? Once you have your company, now what's the actual main focus that you're going to be doing? You're going to be a carpenter. You're going to be a concrete guy. You're going to be a landscape guy. Like, what is it, the main thing you want to be doing? Then you go after that licensing. And then what type of insurance? It don't matter which industry you're in, you're still going to need insurance. If you're working by yourself, if it is just you working, you're liable for your company, you're liable for your life. So that means they don't really require. But if the minute you have someone else working under you, that person does need insurance. All right. So those are the first 4 topics. And let's move to the next slide. And this is really good. What not to do when running a construction business. Guys, I can tell you all the big mistakes, and you're going to learn the most from the mistakes. You're going to learn the most from things that I did wrong. And I wish and I hope that you don't have to go through those things, right? For example, I had a situation that the client just denied to pay me. And he actually called the cops on me. And the cops arrived. And they said, well, you either got to leave or we take you guys to jail. I was like, but that's not fair. I worked my butt off on this thing. And this guy now is calling the cops to kick me and my crew out of the job site just because it's the final day, the final payment. That's not fair. And the cops just look at me and says, either jail or go home. Go home, dude. It's better for you. Take him to court. Do whatever. So things that you got to understand, guys, is that there is people out there today that are really going to take advantage of you. But one thing that I learned early on is like, if I have a solid contract, something that's going to really help me secure myself from situations like this, I am going to do that. Why? Because I have to learn the hard way. And there is people out there just waiting to take advantage of you. There's people out there today just waiting to just have the opportunity where it's like, okay, he doesn't have any license. He's not a legit company. He just posts an online ad. I'm just going to hire him and I don't pay him. And if you try to take that guy to court, the court's just going to say, well, just whatever, how much is your hour? They're not going to pay you as a business because you're not a business, right? So one big mistake was like thinking that I was a legit business by just having a handwrite contract. And that means nothing to homeowners. That means nothing to people that really want to take advantage of you, right? So be smart with that. The other thing I'm going to talk about is do not lend your license to anybody else. Like I had my license, my contractor license. I borrowed that to a friend of mine, right? So check this out. This guy works with me for so long. Hey, I trust this guy. This guy's good. And then he's like, hey, Bruno, I had a guy that called me and he needs a deck to be built. Is that okay if you do a contract for me and I'll go do the job? I'll pay you some money. And you should not do this. That's how I lost my first license, guys. I said, sure, go ahead, dude. It's on the weekend anyway. So Saturday and Sunday, he went there for like 3 weekends in a row and whatever. But he built it wrong. And now, where do you think the homeowner went after everything was messed up? They came to me. Well, your company did a job for me. Like, no, I didn't. Who are you? I don't even know who you are. Well, so-and-so was running this job. And I was like, oh, okay, that was the guy that I borrowed my license, one of my best employers at the time. So I had to go over to the homeowner house and, hey, what's going on? I'm sorry that these things happen. And now I'm just sitting there and talking to her. And she's like, yeah, because you guys messed up this deck in the back. Now my foundation is cracked. And I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. I'm willing to fix the deck. I have nothing to do with your foundation. And she basically said, well, if you don't do it, I'm going to file a claim under your license. And that's when things really get messed up. And that's how I lost my first business. Because in my mind, I'm like, I'm trying to be fair with this lady. And this lady is not trying to be fair with me. So now what's happening is she wants to give me a hard time. And she asked me for money to fix her foundation. And I have nothing to do with the foundation. The foundation has been sitting there since the 30s. So it's like almost 80-year-old foundation, 90-year-old foundation. She's expecting me to pay for all of that repair, right? The minute I say no, she filed a complaint. The inspector came. Yes, that's right. Your deck is messed up and it's not the right way, whatever, right? So here's the money back to her. Because that complaint was filed under the state, they kind of suspended my license and then they gave me a fine. Why they gave me a fine? Because I refused to go back and fix it. So basically what they do is whoever goes there and fixing whatever amount they charge her, she had a friend or she had someone that was a contractor. So they screwed me up on an $80,000 bill. And basically I was unable to pay that. And that I had to shut down doors. So that's how I lost my first license. This was back in 2014, 15. And since then, I was like, man, people really out there want to take advantage of it. So if you can learn from one of my mistakes, do not buy your license to anyone. If it's not you doing the job, if it's not your team, your company, do not borrow your license to anybody. All right. Don't spend the business money. This is where a lot of people get confused, right? Early in the days, I used to, make good chunk of money right after, finish high school. You go out there, $1,000 is a lot of money, 2,000 is a lot of money, and then 10,000 came in, okay, then 50 grand, then 100 grand, and then at one point I was like, that's it, I made it. I got my American dream fixed. I'm gonna just go ahead and buy whatever I want because I have 100 grand. I went and bought nice rides, Land Rover, sport cars. I was riding a Ferrari in Napa. It's like I'm just blowing money. Why? Because it's coming. And for me, it was like, yeah, that's a lot of money. That's good money, right? I made my first $1 million when I was 23 years old in business. So for me, it was too early for all this. Because I was so young, I didn't have my mindset where I was supposed to be. I'll tell you this. Do not think that the money that's coming in the business is your money. Because at one point, you're going to have to pay people back. At one point, you're going to have to pay suppliers back. At one point, you're going to have to just make sure that that money stays in the business. So do not spend your business money. Whatever income comes into the business belongs to the business. You copy that? Whatever money comes into the business belongs to the business. Take this down, write this down. How do you determine your salary? What's the most important thing for you to understand in your business? Is that what is the lifestyle that you have today? How much does that cost you? Let's put it there. Let's put how much are you paying rent? How much is your car payment? How much is your insurance? Your cell phone? Grocery for your house. If you're married, you want to go out with your wife. If you have a girlfriend, like how much you spend every time you go out. Like really put all these things on a piece of paper and start doing the math, right? So let's say your monthly expense, like to keep the lifestyle you have, let's say it's 10 grand. Nothing wrong with having 10 grand to spend every month, right? So now, you pay $2,500, $3,000 towards rent. You start deducting all that, and it's like, there's some, $2,000 to $3,000 for me to go out and do whatever I want. That's fine. Yeah, you should go have fun. You should go, if you go out and you want to go to Cancun, you want to go to Vegas, like you should go. Like you're not a slave of your business, but keep in mind that you have 10 grand. Okay? If you want to go to Vegas, it's going to cost you 12 grand for you and your wife, spend a whole week at the presidential suite on Bellagio, whatever. Okay, no problem. We can go spend that money. But how do you do that? You save up. So if you're making 10 grand, you need 3 months worth of a salary for you to go do that. You save 3 months worth of a salary, put that in a pile, and then go blow the money. Like, no problem with that. Do not touch the business money. I'm serious. Do not touch the business money because that becomes a habit. And then when a habit starts taking money from you, that habit becomes a lifestyle, and that lifestyle can really take you down. So you don't want that to happen, right? How do you keep that 10 grand as your salary? You're still making $120,000 a year. Average American today makes 60 grand a year. You're making double of that. So let's say 10 grand is your salary. That's how much you want to do it. And your business is making 100 grand that month. Your business is making 50 grand that month. Your business is making $1 million that month. I don't care. Your business can make $10 million on that month. I don't care. Your salary should be what your lifestyle costs you today, right? Okay, Bruno, but I have this extra $1 million sitting in the bank. All right, reinvest into the business. Don't you want to grow and make more money? I have 100 grand extra. Reinvest into your business. Grow your business. You're never going to be able to retire inside your business until you sell your business. And for those that have their own business today, I want to help you also show how you can scale up your business and sell it. How do you exit out of your business? Do you know how to do that? Maybe you're here today just trying to figure out what's going on with this guy. Who is this crazy guy talking? But I have purchased, I have sold, I have refinanced, I have done everything that you think inside the business industry, and I want to help you there. So if you have a money problem with your business, like just take this as an example. Whatever your monthly expense it is, take that down. Then your business can be making millions. Okay, Bruno. Now that my business is making millions, my lifestyle went up a little. How do I increase my salary? And how do you increase your salary is basically, as your business is growing, of course, your lifestyle is going to change as well. And you're going to just keep following that same idea. So if your lifestyle goes up $1,000, look at your business revenue. Your business revenue should have at least 90% over what you're going to need. Meaning, if you need $1,000, your business revenue got to be 10 grand extra. That way you add an extra $1,000 towards your salary. And that's how you scale up, and that's how you keep going, right? So the other thing is why it's good for you to listen to your clients. This is the other thing that when you're running a business, what to prevent, what to not do. Listen to your clients. Every time that a client's talking to you, every time there's a situation going on, what I want you to understand is this. There's clients out there that does have a really good intention. They just want to get the job done. And that's how it's like 99.9% of the clients. They have the money. They want to get a job done. Some of them, it's a pain in the butt, whatever. But it's like you're going to have to just be polite, listen to them. Don't like cuss them out. Just, hey, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry that you think about that. And then listen to them. When is a red flag? So this is a really good for you guys to understand. Red flag moments, it's when the client starts saying, I have a lawyer. Oh, let me check if it is up to code. I'm going to file a complaint. I'm going to call CSLB. I'm going to call the company. I'm going to do a complaint on your licensing, right? So it's like those are like red flags that you got to be smart with. When the client starts saying those things, those main phrases, you got to just be smart and be like, whoa, wait a minute. Let's really sit down and talk, right? You can only imagine, throughout the years, I used to think that, I'm a great company. No one ever complained, had a complaint over my license until that happened. Then I learned how to do my contract, and that's something you should have solid, right? A solid contract can really help you prevent you from going through situations like this. But when the clients are saying all those things, those are just red flags. That you got to be smart with that. You don't want to keep pushing it. You just want, hey, let's sit down and talk. Like, what is it that's happening? What is it that you want? And that's when you really understand and you really see what type of clients that you're dealing with. Is it the client that only wants to take advantage of you? Or is it the client that wants to just, give you a hard time? I had clients like that guy that called the cops. The minute the cops said leave, we left. He basically texted me and say, come back and get you check. I just want to give you a hard time. For real. So he was trying to just humiliate me somehow by having a bunch of cops show up, and it was me and another 8 guys, and he just wanted to give me a hard time. That's exactly what he said in the text. Come back and get your check, right? So be smart with the clients, be smart with everything that's happening, and just know that whenever situations like that happen, whenever like those topics come up in a conversation, be smart on how you're going to talk with the client, right? All right, next step. Next slide is going to be steps to increase your business revenue, right? So how do you increase your revenue throughout the years? How do you make sure that you're making more money? How to get more projects? How to build a marketing strategy? How to get into commercial projects, and how to get a high-end clients, right? So let's start with how to get more projects. You have your business. Got your license, you have your insurance, hey, I'm ready to get jobs, let's go. First thing is word of mouth, like having jobs done for clients where they refer to you. So today, one of our secrets here, I'm gonna just give it for free, is that we do give $500 to every client that sends us a lead, that lead becomes an actual client. So if we turn that lead that client sent it to us into a contract while we're doing the job, that person gets $500. So now check this out. How can you have 20, 30, 50 people referring you all the time? Is by giving them money. People is moved by cash. If you have cash, you're going to be able to have them help you grow your business. So that's one of the strategies that we have here is that we do give cash to clients that refers us to more projects. Because you have your licensing, with your licensing, there is no more barriers. There's nothing blocking you from go ahead and get all the jobs that you can. But then sometimes you don't know how to expose yourself. So the cheapest way for you to start your marketing is word of mouth by whoever you done jobs before. Tell them, hey, listen, I'm gonna give you $200, $300, $100, whatever it is, for whoever friends you send our way, and those leads turn into projects. Now, that's one of the strategy. But one of the other strategies that we have in the business that helps us make millions a year is like building a marketing team. A marketing strategy, a marketing team will come with marketing strategies and type of marketing that's booming, that's trending out there, right? So what is it that's trending that we should do? And we have a team here developing and doing all this daily research and running ads and doing this social media, Google, like you name it. We are everywhere. So if you come into the Bay Area, if you're not from here, if you say, do you know Empire Pavers? If someone is inside the hardscape or landscape industry, they'll say, yes, we know them, right? Why? Because we create a brand and we advertise a lot. But not only that, our brand is very well known because we have all the trucks and cars is all wrapped. All the guys that works with us, they all have uniforms. If you guys go back into the videos that we post every day, you'll be able to see that they have company shirts, they have the company trucks, company cars, and everything is wrapped. So it gives you an authority in your niche, right? So it gives you authority into the industry that you're in, right? So having a marketing team can really help you scale up your business in a big time. A lot of people don't know how to run a Google ads, and a lot of people don't know how to run, Facebook ads. We can help you. Like if you have that question, if you don't know how to do it, just go ahead and book a call with us, and we're going to be able to build a strategy and help you. If you don't have a marketing team that can help your business where you live, we can help you. I'm committed myself and my marketing team to help you if you want to go that route. So let us know if that can be something that you want to do. How to get into commercial projects. Now, you're going to make so much money with residential. You're going to be able to make millions of dollars. We've done millions of dollars with residential work. And the thing is, at one point, you're just doing too much, right? For example, last year we did 156 projects. 156 projects last year, right? And people say, how do you do it? We had over 100 guys working with us. We have a lot of things done in-house, and we subcontract a bunch of things. As right now, we have about 30 to 40 open jobs, right? Having a system in place and processes where people just follow, you're able to do all that. So 156 projects brought us a revenue over 8 figures, but the secret sauce was having a system and process in place from day one until we finish the job. Why? Because we train a team of sales guys, we train a team of project managers, we train like inside office staff, how to handle clients, how to talk with clients. And we train our marketing team to go back and do good, nice pictures and photos and videos, all that, right? So it's like a whole system that we set in place. It's a whole process that we follow. So everyone in each department, they already know the language of our business, right? So once you organize that, you're able to produce a lot more, and you're going to be able to do a lot of jobs at the same time. So our number is about 3 to 4 jobs per week. That was weeks where we opened just one job, but every single week of last year, we opened up a job. Like, it don't matter what day it was. Like, we opened up a job every single week. That was our main goal, and it did happen. Sometimes 2 jobs, sometimes 3 jobs, sometimes even 4 jobs, right? So that was a lot of things that we did, and we made a lot of good money. But if you would compare everything that you run, all the organization that we ran here, 156 projects, if we would have gone, 5 or 10, between 5 and 10 commercial projects where we do have access to those jobs today because of the Class A license, we'll go directly to, for example, as right now, we have jobs that we're bidding on with Tesla. We have jobs with the Visa, the credit card company. We have jobs with Toyota. We have jobs with Porsche. We did a job for Porsche. So it's like all those commercial mega companies, they're always going to find a general GC, a Class A engineer guy to run the whole project. And then those are called prime. So when you get a job through the prime, a commercial job, you're able to get a bigger pie, a bigger piece of the pie. Before, it used to be the prime, then this guy, and then the subcontract, then us. So like we're getting the leftover, right? So I skip 2 guys now, and I go directly to the prime. Why? Because now I have access to that because of the license that I have. The Class A license gives us the free will to go and bid on commercial, industrial, governmental job, like you name it, like NASA, all those guys, they always have projects going on. So if I would have just done 5 to 10 projects, I'll probably make the same amount of revenue that I did with 156 projects. Look how crazy that is. 5 to 10 projects on the commercial world would have given me about the same amount of money that I did with 156 projects. 156 projects, guys, it's not just going to the job and coming back. It's like, it's all this movement that we have to do, buying supply, buying products, supply, this and that, Home Depot, then go to this place, lumber, material, pump. So it's like too much things going on. That's why I needed a bigger team to help me manage. But if I could just shrink that in and just focus on commercial, which that's the next phase that we're going right now, we'll be making about the same amount of revenue with a lot less jobs and a lot less people to deal with. So commercial job is where the money is at, and that's why you can really grow your business, and I can help you get there if you don't know how to do it. And commercial jobs will get you that revenue. Now, a high-end clients, I have done projects for NBA players from the Bay Area, people that you really know who they are. I have done jobs for filmmakers like Francis Ford Coppola over here in Napa. So it's like all this high-end clients, they're not gonna get to you unless if you're well known, unless if they know who you are, right? So I don't get to bid on the job, I get invited to do the job. That's where things shift. That's when you start making money, because once you're fighting for a job, you have a bunch of people around you fighting for that same job. But once you get invited, not to bid, but invited to do the job, people are basically telling you, the client's basically telling you, I want you to do my job, and I don't mind paying what it costs. And that's where you change the game. That's why you go to the next level. So those are the 4 topics. 1, how to get more projects, how to build a marketing strategy, how to get commercial projects, and how to get high-end clients. I hope this can help you. Let's move on to the next slide. And we're going to be able to how to turn your business from nothing to 8-figure business. Basically everything that I said, I'm going to refer this back to the back slides. It's like, once you have a whole team in place with marketing, with the strategy on how to get the business, now you get access to those commercial jobs. You can only be successful into one point by yourself. Like I said early in the video, maybe you're making $1 million today and you're happy with that. Great. No, nothing wrong with that. Great. Stay with $1 million. Maybe making $500,000 a year and you're still happy. No problem. But if you want to like keep growing and scaling up your business, this is when it's like you need to have systems in place. You need to have processes in place, and you need to know how to run those. It's not only about, let me implement this and then I'll hire someone to do it. No, you need to understand what you're doing. You need to understand what your team is doing. You need to understand what your company is doing, right? So with me is, when I first started, it was just me and 2 other guys. We're making $1 million a year, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, and that was it. That was like the cap. I couldn't really grow anymore. I had another guy. Okay, maybe I need another guy. So I had another guy, and then still 1.4, 1.5, a little more. Then I had another guy, and then I started realizing that's like I'm just adding guys that's not qualified for what is it that I need them. I was adding people to add. I was not adding people to multiply, and this is where the game changed. I need multipliers in the company to help me grow to the next level, and that's what you need too. You don't need another guy that says, I'm here to add to the team. You need a guy that's going to be like, I'm here to multiply. What is it that you're doing right now that I can make it better? Like people with vision. People that's willing to put their shirt on and say, I'm with you. Let's go. What is it that you want me to do, right? And they got to be smart. You can't just have anybody running your system, run your processes. That's just a regular labor. There's really good laborers. Those guys can do everything great, but they don't know how to do systems. They don't know how to manage a company. They don't know how to manage a guy. There's people that's like really good in managing. Okay, I know how to manage this. I know how to manage that. I know how to do this, but they don't know how to run a job. Like they don't know how to like do the job. They don't know how to do the actual job, right? So now once you have those people in place, once you have those people that knows what to do with the system and the process that you created, you're going to be able to scale up your business so much faster. It's not about adding a bunch of guys, a bunch of people to do actual work, Oh, I have 2 jobs. I need to hire more people to do my second job. Now the quality on the second job, because you're not there, is not the same. So now you have a client complaining. You're going to have to go back and redo everything, right? So now it's going to cost you money because you're going to have to stop what you're doing, go there, fix someone's mistake, and that guy that you really trusted to do it, you're going to be pissed off at him. He's not going to like the way you're going to talk to him. And the next thing he's going to say, hey, dude, I'm sorry. I'm sorry doesn't pay you back. I'm sorry doesn't give you money back. I'm sorry it's just going to be good to make you feel, okay, whatever, dude. One thing is when someone does a mistake once. Other things when they keep doing the same and same mistakes, and you as a boss and you as a company leader are not doing anything about it. You have to be rush, and you have to be rough. You got to rush and be rough to that guy right away. Why? Because if you don't do it, he's going to influence other people around him to do the same thing. Oh, they messed up. The boss didn't say anything. Yeah, whatever. Who cares? Right? That's why you need to have quality people to, one, do the work. They're really good with the shovel. They're really good with the tractor. They're really good in like getting things done. But you need someone above them to manage them, and that person really needs to know how to manage. Then that person reports to you, and now you know that the job is running smooth, right? So those are the systems, those are the things that we created inside our company that helped us to scale up. So the only way you're going to scale up is by having people that's going to come in and multiply what you're already doing. People that says, I'm going to just add on to the team, they're going to add on more problems to you, right? Sometimes you need extra labor to get a job done quicker, great, right? But how do you scale up and make money? By implementing systems, by bringing the right people into your organization, right? So now you have 1.5 million a year. This is me, right? Now I had a 1.5 million a year until I was like, this is the maximum I can do it by myself. I need a secretary. I need someone answering the phones, right? I'm gonna need someone to be a seller, like a sales rep, because I can only do so much. But I can load you up with leads. Are you going to be able to turn those leads into sales? One thing that frustrates my marketing team a lot is like when the sales guys comes to them like, hey, I don't have any good leads this week, man. Give me more leads. And then I always tell them, ask them back, what do you need to get more leads? Don't let people only wait on the company. Push them. Go ahead. Go make some networking. Go to like construction events. Go to trade shows. Go like make connection. Do not expect only your marketing team to bring leads to you. Go make connection. Go meet people and go do all that, right? Why? Because now that guy has a mentality of a business owner. That guy has a mentality of like, I'm gonna grow this business with Bruno. And then that's how I was able to really grow the company, because I had the right people thinking the same way that I think to grow the business. And they're not just people to add on, they're people to multiply. So because of that, I went from one secretary to two secretary, and then after the secretary, a marketing team. After the marketing team, a project management team, because I can only do so much. After the project management team, we created a whole directors under the company. So now we have directors that reports to me from each department where they work in. So if they work with marketing, they're going to report to me. If they work with project managing the company, they're going to report to me. So we have a project management team, we have a marketing team, we have a sales team. So all those directors come together and reports to me, and I see things that's not going well. Why? Because I've been in every single shoe that they're in it today. I started I used to post my own ads. I used to, make the calls. I used to do the sales. I used to manage the job. I used to execute the job. I used to clean up and do photos and like get reviews from clients. So anywhere that you place me today in the business, I will produce. Like you guys saw about 2 weeks ago, one of my operators didn't show up, and I need to go back and jump into a tractor and I work all day, and I was able to do 2 jobs in a single day. So I was able to produce anywhere that you place me. So once you have that in place, you're going to be able to grow and scale up your business to the next level, from 6 to 7, 7 to 8, and even 9 figure. There's companies today that I know. One of them is Nationwide. They have over 18 offices, and all they do is just pavers. And they were making over 120 million a year, just pavers. So if someone wants to inspire me, that's probably the company that I look for to be just like. So the next slide is going to just show us how, what's the next slide, guys? Come on. Oh, okay. How to start, scale, become authority. This is the conclusion, right? So I'm just reading out of the screen here. Hold on, bear with me. How to start, scale, become an authority, and sell. get legit name, documentation. So this is just a recap from everything. Documentation and types of entity, licensing, and insurance. Don't borrow your life to anybody. Do not spend business money. Listen to your clients complain. How to get projects, how to get marketing, commercial, and project, and all this. So how long we did, guys? An hour almost. Okay. So check this out. I know there's a lot of things for you to keep in and try to understand. And I'm putting myself available to you guys. And a lot of people ask me, Bruno, why are you doing this? Well, the only reason why I'm doing this is because I want to help people like you. I don't want you to go through the same things that I went, and I want to just basically give you a shortcut. I want to get you ahead of people, ahead of people that thinks like I can only do me. I can only do what I think it's right. Like those people, small mind people, they're not going to be able to grow their business. But today, I want to give you the opportunity to really understand that I'm here to help you. I'm here to take you to the next level. And like everyone asks me, Bruno, what's the secret? First thing I would say, I put God first in everything that I do. So it's like I pray and I ask God, please protect us and give us a vision for what this company can be. Every Monday morning at 6:30 in the morning, this place right here, we do pray. We pray with the guys, we pray with the whole team, and we have a moment of like, bonding, like, hey, how's your weekend? I really talk with my guys. I'm really connect with them. And today, the idea here is just to show you that there's a much lighter way for you to get there, where you don't have to stress, where you can have quality time with your family, where you can really like make money and stop just being stressed about money. I really want to help you get credit for your business. I really want to help you scale up your business. I really want to build a strategy with you. I really want to take you to the next level based on everything that I went through. There's a lot of gurus out there. There's a lot of people out there that says, oh, in my masterclass, I'm going to show you how to do this, this, and that. You got to ask the question, how much revenue have they made? Are they making money for real? Or are they just trying to pretend that they are this big guy that knows everything? There's only a few people that I trust. There's only a few people that I know that are doing well. And the only reason why I'm doing this is because I'm this kind of guy that really wants to help you, really wants to help people. There's so many things that I do for the community, so many things that I do every week that I don't post about it. I don't talk about it. I serve the homeless community in San Francisco where fentanyl is really killing a lot of people. I see people dying from overdose. I see all the bad things. And what is it that I can do to make someone else's life better? This is one of the things that I want to do, right? And today I'm not asking you, hey, go ahead and pay 10 grand to, be with me and this and that. I'm not, no, that's not the thing here. I don't really need to be doing this, guys. And I'm taking my Saturday morning to be here. My family's home. And it's like, I'm taking the time to really know if you're really ready. Only people that's ready and serious about going to the next level. And this whole thing that I started 4 months ago will only started because my marketing team said, Bruno, you help a lot of people. People call you and you just give them tips and whatever they should do. People have problems in their job site, you're helping them resolve, and you're not charging for this. Like, no, I don't charge for that. Like, but people won't never appreciate you if you don't charge. And that's why I was like, you know what? Maybe I can help people. Not by like being their guru or being someone that they're going to be like, yeah, I want to be just like you. I don't want you to be like me. I want you to succeed me. I want you to do more than I did, right? I don't need to be riding the Ferraris. I don't need to be riding this. I don't need to be posting all this like nonsense stuff. I'm here just to say that I'm a humble guy. I'm a guy that came from nothing, like my story. I came from really nothing. And today being able to be in this country, the promised land that everyone wants to be in, like a place where if you're really hungry, if you really want to grow, you can do it, but you need help. You need people that can help you. You need people that can really take you to the next level, because everything that you know, it's going to get you a time that you're going to hit a cap. You're not going to be able to pass that. So I'm putting myself available. My team and I, we create a WhatsApp group where there is people there every single day asking questions and asking how we do this, how we do that, and how they can go to the next level, how they can do, get more jobs. And because I'm already doing that, I decided to create this new group where only a few people, it's not going to be a lot of people, only a few people that's really interesting of going to the next level and wanting to do the right thing. This is the only time that I'm doing this. Depends on how big this thing will get. I might have to do another one. But the idea here, guys, is just to have you there. So I'm gonna have my team place the link of the actual login. If I would have done for free, you probably would not pay. You probably would not. I mean, if I would have done for free, you probably won't like pay a lot of attention to it. So I'm just doing symbolic, $2.79 a day cost for you to just being part of that group and be someone that really wants to grow in knowledge and understand. So if you do the math, so like $2 and something, $2.79 a day. It's like a cup of coffee. That's what I'm trying to do here. So there's package that you can select. And as right now, we're gonna open up for questions because I know you guys heard me talking for an hour. Now is the time for you guys to ask me things, and this is the time for you to just send me questions. So let's start with questions. What is the best way? So that's the first question. So first question, what's the best way to generate leads? All right, so many things that we can do here. One of them is, like I said, you can have a lot of leads, and this is where a lot of people miss the conception of like, oh, I have all these leads. Great. Are you turning those leads into actual money? Are you turning that into an actual job? It's not about generating. I rather just have one lead and turn that into a job than having 10 leads and turn those 10 leads into just one job. And here's the secret. You're going to spend a lot of time and money driving around, going to all those guys. But if you know how to qualify your lead, if you know how to really make sure that client becomes someone that's going to really turn into a project, you're going to focus 100% of the time in just that one, right? So we generate leads through ads. We generate leads through like marketing. We generate leads through our cars. There's QR codes. Like you should have a QR code in your company and your cards. You should have a QR code in your guys' shirt. All our shirts does have a QR code. Sometimes people walking their dogs and we're doing a job in a neighborhood. They don't want to talk with us, but they see the shorts and they put their phone. And I've seen it so many times. And there's ways that we can track where that lead's coming from. If it is coming from cars, if it is coming from shorts, if it is coming from, we have I don't know if you guys can see on the camera here, but like we have like a sign in the back that I put in every single job. So it's like leads will come as you expose yourself as much as you can, not only online, but like in every type of forms that you can do it. For example, I'll give you this one. This guy was just so smart, right? There was a trade show in Vegas. It was a beauty trade show about hair. It was like something about beauty, right? And this guy actually booked a booth to expose his company in a trade show where it was for beauty, right? So check this out. One guy inside a 10,000 square feet warehouse was able to get over 900 leads just because he was the only weird guy that was inside a beauty show with a landscape hardscape company in Vegas. This guy is insane, right? So generate leads. There's so many ways that you can do, so many topics that you can do. And I can have my marketing team help you out if you want to go that route, and I can help you generate leads. But the main goal is not generate leads, but generate quality leads where you pre-qualify them. So before I move to the next question, I got to tell you this. So whenever a lead comes in, what do? We call, hey, hey, Mr. Johns, I hope you're doing well, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So are you trying to do pavers? Oh, no. Are you trying to do concrete? No. Are you trying to do landscape? Yes. What kind of landscape? I was just removing a tree here, this and that. Okay, great. Our minimum is 10 grand. If you like that tree is going to cost you 10 grand to be removed, we're going to have to go there and do it. Well, 10 grand sounds too much. Oh, sorry. We just hang out the phone. Sometimes, okay, I'm going to refer you to Jose or so-and-so that I have connection. Those guys pays me for that lead, right? There is not such a thing as a waste lead. If you don't do the job, you can always refer someone else that's starting today, right? So another scenario, someone calls in, hey, Mr. Jones, I hope you know, how can I help you? I'm trying to do a driveway. Okay, great. What kind of driveway you're trying to get done? Is it a concrete pavers? Yeah, I want to do pavers. Great. Do you know roughly how many square feet you have? It fits 2 cars, I think it's about 700 square feet. We run up a rough number. So yeah, it looks like we can help you with this. It's roughly going to be between 10 or 14K. Is that something that you're willing to move forward with? Well, that kind of sounds inside the ballpark. So by the time our guys arrive to the job site, that person knows the rough idea of how much that's going to cost. And that's why pre-qualifying the lead and making sure that lead is going to fit inside what you're trying to sell to them. There were so many times early on, someone calls in, hey, I need a job. I would jump in the car and drive for 40 minutes, get to the guy's location. So what's the job? Thinking it's going to be a whole backyard remodeling, right? Yeah, I just want to put a concrete pad here, 5x5. It's like, come on, man. I drove like 40 minutes, but I was doing the mistake. So those are the things that I learned throughout the time to qualify the leads. Make sure that what you're offering is exactly what they're looking for. What's the next question? How much should I invest in ads? And this question is from Dan. Okay, ads. What I do today, is it 10 or 15? 8%? All right, so it's about 8 to 10% of whatever revenue we have in the business, right? So our marketing team, I'm gonna tell them, Clay, is that okay? How much we spent last year? $500,000? Okay. So we did about $500,000 last year in just advertising, right? That's right. So it's about $500,000 that we invested towards the business and advertising. And that really brought us a very large section of revenue. Not only that, that connect us with so many local business where they do a lot of work, but if they don't do a lot of work, they can only do so much work, and they see me as a company that they can trust with the actual work. So a lot of local contracts became my clients. So a good thing for you to have is like a local contract. Why? Because that local contract is doing multiple projects at the same time during the year, right? So now that local contract has a paver guy or a landscape guy, that's you, that every time that a job comes in, hey, we got another one, another one, another one. So today, our clientele list, I would say probably about 50 to 60 clients that we have. There are contractors. There are people that's doing a whole house renovation, and they need foundation work. They need retaining walls. They need all this stuff, and that's when we come in. They need swimming pools. They need whatever. They call me. Hey, Bruno, I'm putting a bid together. This is going to be a $3 million project. I need to know how much you're going to charge me for the landscape, and here's the plan. Here's the blueprint. So I go over the blueprint with them. So at one point, we usually invest a lot more money in marketing. It used to be like 25, 30%. Now it's only 8%. Why? Because over the years, we don't need to advertise as much because the word of mouth and people that we work with them before, it's always coming back to us and just saying, hey, I really like what you do. I really like your work, and I want you just to come back and do it again, right? So over time, your lead amount of money, like how much money you're going to invest towards leads, is going to just decrease. Why? Because you don't need to advertise yourself as much, because you become an authority in your area. And now people are really coming after you, and they want you to do the job. They don't mind waiting. I have clients that wait for me 2 years to do a job for them. Why? Because, we have blueprints and, getting approved by the city and all that. And they're like, Bruno, just take your time. We just want you to do the job. 2 years. So when you become an authority, people won't mind to pay. People won't mind to wait because they want you to do the job, because they know the quality that you're able to deliver to them. So marketing starts with, 20, 30%, but at one point, you're going to keep dropping that. You want to keep that between 5 to 10%. You don't want it to be more than that, okay? And of course, there's seasonals, and when to advertise more, it's closer to summer. You don't want to start advertising inside summer. You want to start advertising during spring, so that way people get to know you and all that. Next question: how do I move from from the job side to actual running the company? All right. A lot of people ask me this all the time. That's like all these questions that's coming in. All great questions. Thank you, guys. You leave the job site once you have someone that you can trust. And even though you have someone that you can trust, you never, listen to this, you're never going to be able to trust someone 100%. And don't do it. If you feel like, I know this guy and I can trust him, just don't, because you want to make sure that you double check that everything that's being built, you want to make sure you double check that. And you don't want to have to redo a job. You don't want to have to pay people back. You don't want to have to do all this stuff. So you leave the job site as you duplicate yourself into someone, but that someone needs to be someone that you trust, but not 100%. You still, before you're the one, you're the business owner, you're that. I today cannot go to all the job sites. There's jobs that I never met the client, and I will never meet the client because there's so many projects, right? But based on your organization, I would say, once you start doing more than 50 projects a year, then you can probably you know what, I can't go to all the jobs. You're going to have a project manager shame and all that. Remember how I said early in the video about early in the class how you need people that's going to multiply? That's a multiplier. You need someone right there at that moment to be a multiplier inside your industry. And that person must be someone that you can trust. But again, not 100%. Always double check their work. Always double check, triple check, make sure that everything's done properly. There's a lot of guys out there that say, hey, this is not looking so good, but the homeowner never said anything. If you have that mentality, you're not going to grow. I'm sorry. You need to look at something and you're like, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look good. We need to take it down and redo it again, even if it costs you money. Why? Because that's your reputation there. That's your name. And that's when you really set yourself apart from everybody else around you, right? So I hope that can answer your question. Another one. I want to start my own landscape business, but I don't know where to start. Okay. First thing is do you already have an experience, right? Have you already worked with landscape before, maybe helping your parents or maybe helping a friend? Do you know how to cut a lawn? Do you know how to use a blower? Anyone can do that, right? So you start your business by first having the ability to just go and talk with people. I don't sell jobs, I sell dreams. I talk with people in a way where it's I make them imagine the future. I make them imagine how this is going to look better. I make them imagine how is this going to benefit them down the line. So if you're someone that's young, right, fresh out of high school, you don't know where to go, you're kind of lost, maybe you want to do college, but you want to make money. Landscape is the easiest way and the fastest way for you to start making money. Start knocking on the doors of your neighborhood. Start asking people questions. Hey, knock on, Miss Jones down the street. Hey, I live up on the street. I cut lawn. Can I cut your lawn? Is that okay if you just give me $40 for it? Start creating relationship. You don't sell a project, you sell a dream. You don't sell a service, you sell a conversation is what's going to help you make that next step. If you're a really good talker like me, I talk with people all the time. I'm connection and making connections and all this. That is people that refers me to friends and family that I talk with them once and I give my number to them and I say, yeah, we do this, landscape, how that. And I don't even remember who this person is. And there's referrals coming back from them. And then, so-and-so referred me to you. Oh, great. Yeah, how they're doing. I don't even remember who they are. But it's the word of mouth is really going to help you go to the next level. So talk with people, make connection, right? Knock on the neighborhood doors, go around, do a little card, log in on Vistaprint, create an account, print a business card, put in a Ziploc, put a little rock on it, just throw on people's driveway. Knock on their door, put door hangers. Do not put in their mailbox because you can get sued. Don't doing that. But hang the door hangers and all that stuff, right? So you start your business the minute you understand that you know how to talk with people. And there are so many things early in the days, guys, I didn't know how to do it. Oh, can you do a water fountain? Sure, yeah, I can do a water fountain. And then I'm looking on YouTube trying to figure out how to do a water fountain, right? But if they trust you, if they know that you know how to talk to them, they're gonna give you a bunch of projects. All right. Next question. What license are allowed to legalize my company? What license are allowed to legalize my company? So if you already have a company but you don't have a license, I think you just need a contractor license, right? So let's say if you have a company today. Depending on what you're doing. If you're doing landscape, hardscape, I don't know what you're doing, but the type of license that you need today, it's based on what you do. For example, here in California, if you're doing landscape, C27, that's a classification of a C license. And there's so many categories that you can apply for, right? So you just need a contractor license in order for you to be able to run as a legit business. If you have a business, anyone can open up a business. You don't need a contract license for a business, but you need a contract license to present service to other people. For example, if you're a business, but you don't have a contractor license, yeah, you can probably make money. You can work, but you're not going to be able to scale up. You're not going to be able to grow. Why? Because at one point, the city might cut you. You might get flagged. People might see you and, hey, where's your contract license? The city will stop by and do an unexpected inspection. Oh, you're working here. Great. What are you doing? I have this happen to me all the time. What are you doing here? I'm just doing a backyard patio. Where's your license? License? For what? Well, if you're working in construction, you need a contractor license. Well, I'm a handyman. All right, let me see the contract. In California, if you're a handyman, you cannot have any contract over $600 per day. It's a $22,000 contract, huh? Well, you can't. You can't be working if you don't have a license. You're gonna get sued. You're gonna get fined by the state, right? So having a contract license becomes a protection over your company. It becomes something that's not gonna allow the city or whoever touch you because you're a legit contract. And this is one of the things. There's so many barriers here that you got to know. If you're in California, you need to know what type of license that you need in order for you to grow to the next level. If you're in California, you can, and you're a legit company, you have a license in California, you can work anywhere. You can do project anywhere in the U.S. Why California is the hardest state for you to work. So what kind of license you should have, it depends on the industry that you're in, what you're doing, and all that, right? So next question. DO6 or C27, which one should I get first? Okay, DO6 is ground movement, excavation, and ground dirt movement and all that stuff. And C27 is the landscape license, right? You can get both of them at the same time. You take one test, and one test actually goes for both of them. So one test can really get you both of those licenses. So you don't need to do two tests. So you can get both of that at the same time. If I were to pick today, I would say I would have done my Class B first and just add on other classifications. Class A is very particular. Like Class A is just one thing. It's just Class A is just like, if you don't have experience in construction, don't do Class A at first. Start with the C or B. I would say B first, because you become a general contractor in California. Now you got to bid on everything, but you got to subcontract a percentage of the job. So if you're a general B, that doesn't mean you got to do everything. You can't. You can do electrical, you can do gas, you can do plumbing. You got to hire people to do it. But B gives you the power and the authority for you to do those things, right? So at one point, once you understand how things, like today, I can do excavation, I can do concrete, I can do rebar, I can do framing, but I cannot do a pool. That's funny, right? So I gotta hire a third-party granite company to do the granite. I gotta hire a third-party company to do the tiles. Like I can't. There's like few things here and there that I can do. I gotta subcontract in order for me to run. So I subcontract plumbing. I subcontract the electrical work. I subcontract the plaster and the granite, right? And I do the rest. I do the excavation, do the rebar, and the grading around the pool, right? So it depends on what kind of company you have. It's going to really determine what kind of license you're going to need for your company, right? All right, so we got people on Instagram right now. They're asking questions as well. We're going live. Everyone watching on Instagram, thank you for your support. Thank you for being here today. So we got someone asking us here, Techline Construction. Thank you for asking. What do you think about obtaining a General B license through our RMO agency? We can help you. So we're live on Instagram and YouTube. My team just told me that. Oh, you guys are fancy, man. Thank you. You guys are doing great. All right, getting the license. So we can help you get your license and get all the documentation. This is one of the things that we help you in our company with our team. So you can definitely get a Class A, B through RMO. The only downside with that is like you're not going to be able to be the prime on that license until 4 years after. You can have that guy inside your company and give you a 2 year of experience under their license, and then you get to do the test. Now, there's a ways around, and this is what I help people here in our company to get their own licensing. There's ways around that you can have that license in your hand, and that becomes your license. That's not like under RMO anymore. So those are the things that I can help you with. If you want to know how to get there, just schedule a call with our team, and we're gonna be able to run that by you. But you can get a Class A or B through RMO agency. Yes, that it's possible. All right, next question. And guys, look, I'm here just sharing everything that I learned throughout the years. I'm here just doing everything for free. I'm not really like, hey, pay me $10,000. Like any questions that you have, this is the time where I can help you and I can just assist you without charging anything. A lot of gurus out there, all the people, hey, I'm doing millions of dollars with my business. All right, great. Ask them those questions. They don't know what to answer you. They don't know why, because they're just like entertainers. There are people just trying to entertain you to what they're doing. But at the end of the day, it's like I started everything from scratch and I got to this position today because of that reason. I have a page and all this, Bruno the Outdoor Builder became a thing 4 months ago. Why? Because a lot of people are saying, you should do this, Bruno, you should help people. And that's my goal. I want to help you get your license, get your company going. I want to help you really don't do the same mistakes that I did. I want to help you really understand it is possible. It is possible. As a Latino immigrant, coming to this country, this was the last thing I thought I was going to be doing, teaching you guys how to make money because that's how we did. All right. All right. Question from... Okay, Instagram. Okay, Rubio Framing. All right, Rubio Framing. Any schooling programs you recommend doing to get my Class B license in LA? So LA area, I do have some people out there that can help you. Go ahead and DM me. I need help with my license, and I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna connect with people in LA. But yeah, I can help you get your Class B, Class A, whatever you need. In the construction industry. There's a lot of companies out there. There's a lot of schools that can assist you and help you get your license, and I can definitely help you as well. Send more questions, guys. And I know there's more questions there. There's people just asking questions nonstop. And yes, today, Saturday morning, I'm here with you guys, just doing everything that I can to help you, to assist you. And get ready, because this is just the beginning. I'm here on a journey with you all, and I'm here on a journey with everyone that really wants to go to the next level. I'm not trying to pretend to be someone that I'm not. I'm someone that work really hard, and I have a name and I have a reputation that I really care about. And that's my main goal, is to make sure that everything that I'm doing today can be something that's going to help you down the line. It could be something that's like is going to impact your life somehow. And I'm just so happy that we're finally doing this. 4 months ago, it was just a thought, and this is happening right now. I think we have over 2,500 followers in the social media already, and all this is all organic, guys. It's like, yeah, let's just go ahead and do this thing. Our company is Empire Pavers. I saw someone asking what's the name of the company. It's Empire Pavers. That's one of our main company. I have 7 businesses in general. Everything is under the same umbrella. There's so many things from manufacturer, design company. If you don't offer 3D design to your clients, you should offer 3D design to your clients. If you don't have a marketing team in your company, I can help with the marketing team. If you don't know how to create programs and systems inside your organization, I can help you create programs and systems. Like we have a Salesforce system that we use for our CRM for keeping everything going in the company. So it's like those are all the things that I created. I know it might sound too much for you guys right now, but if you start right, you're gonna have a really good reputation down the line. You're gonna have a really good name out there, right? Our company today is very well known in the Bay Area. Like I said earlier, we've done that is. I'm gonna share by the end of this live. If you're online on IG and also YouTube and wherever you're watching this, I'm gonna show you how I close a $1.3 million deal. That's right, $1.3 million project over here in Los Altos Hills. This lady, it was a very hard to get, but we ended up doing it, right? So stick around. I'm going to show you the secret, how you can get to $1 million projects, how you can beat $1 million plus projects. It's not that complicated. You just got to know the right people, right? So, okay. Another question. I got Derek saying, another day, another project. That's right. That's my phrase. That's what I say. If you know me, I'm a very happy guy, and I show up to places, and I'm like clapping my hands, and let's go. Another day, another project, and that's how I live. I'm a happy guy, and I'm so thankful to God for the opportunity that He gave me to be in this country, to be in this place where today I get to help people, and today I get to just teach other people to start their own business. So let's do a quick recap of questions. Okay, I'll do the recap, then I'll do the last questions. Okay. recap, if you don't have a business, how to get a business, you can watch this later on. How to get a license, what type of license you should have, marketing strategy, what kind of marketing you should run, and how to get, high-end clients in commercial projects, right? So those are one of the things. The other thing we talked about was how you can scale up your business and go to the next level, how to start, how to grow from 6, 7, 8, how to sell your business, right? So you have all this, set in place, and I can help you do all this. Right, someone just asked, what is the best sell tip you can give? Okay. I'd say be someone that's really listening to what the client's saying. A lot of people gets there, like, I'm a talker, right? I like to talk, and I have all these ideas. The minute I step into someone's backyard, I want to redo my backyard. I want it to be like this resort look, right? We don't sell projects, we sell dreams, right? So I'm there, I'm just going, yeah, I think we can do a pool here, and then we can do this, we can do a palm tree, we can do lighting, and this, and the client's just getting all like excited, right? So if you can make your client imagine what that could potentially look like, you're going to be able to sell a lot more jobs. If you can just show it to her, like, I always talk with the lady, don't talk with the husband, because at the end of the day, ladies is the boss. Do you guys agree with me? The wives, they're the boss. So when you're talking with a client, always, try to focus your attention towards the wife, towards the lady. And at one point, you're going to make her like, yes, I like that. Yes, that's a good idea. Oh, I don't think this. But you don't want to leave the husband out. You don't want to leave the dude just like, yeah, I'm paying for this. And what isn't for me? What isn't for me? And then that's when you're like, hey, dude, I think you should do a nice barbecue area. We can put a smoker. We can do like a TV stand under the pergola. And then, the guys kind of feel it. Like, yeah, I can see that, right? I know this type of scenario is very rare to happen, even if you're starting now. But if you have opportunity to kind of like talk with a client where they have a good size budget, here in California for a backyard, our average ticket today is between $50,000 to $80,000. That's like our average ticket per client. So if you're able to just present that to the client and kind of help them imagine, and they're like, yes, I see that, and I like that, and I like what I see. Oftentimes they're going to be like, can you put that in a design? And this is when you got to set your company aside from everybody else. Yes, I can definitely offer you a free 3D design. That's what I offer to my clients. And they're like, wait a minute, a free 3D design? Yeah. If you go to any regular company today, they probably offer a 3D design between from $3,500 to $5,500 just for design. They're not even doing the job, right? With me, it's like I offer free 3D design to the client with $1,000 deposit. Do you see the catch here? That $1,000 deposit becomes actual deposit to the contract. And then based from that conversation, now I have $1,000 deposit, a signed contract, and then inside this contract, it's an open contract. Let's say the client told me, I only have $50,000 for this job. I'm going to build a design that's based on $50,000. But I already have a deposit down. That means I'm not going to have to worry about fighting for that client. Why? Because they're just waiting for me to show up with the 3D design, and then they look at the 3D design, and they're like, oh, I like this. Oh, I don't like this. Let's go ahead and fix it. I have a team that can fix it right away, right? And that sets me apart from everybody else. Well, Bruno, I can't really pay a 3D, someone to do a 3D design for me every time. I can help you. If you don't have a guy in your team, if you don't have anyone that can do a 3D design inside your organization, DM me, I need a 3D design, or send him the chat. I'll have my team call you and contact you and just help you get inside our program where we do offer 3D designs inside our courses, right? So get ready. If you really want to change your game, change your industry, and change the place where you live into like, I'm going to become that high-end company. I'm going to become the company that does it all. We can help you, and I want to help you get there. So 3D design gets in, client signs the deposit. That $1,000 applies towards the actual project. So now it's a done deal. There's nothing else short. All right. Luis Jr. is asking a question. Good morning, Bruno. How do I know I am adding all the necessary information for a contract to be legit? Thank you. All right. So when you're adding a contract, our contract here today, guys, it cost us closer to $8,000 to $10,000, something like that. It was a lot of money, about $10,000, where I went to the lawyer, and everything that I learned throughout the years was like, I want to add this inside the contract. And the lawyer, they won't edit in exactly how I'm saying it, and they will reorder it in a way where it means the same thing. For example, if I had a situation where the guy was like, "Oh, the concrete crack," I'm like, "Well, read your contract, line 72." I already know that's the line, line 72. So he goes back and look at line 72. Once we pour in concrete will crack over time. It could be the next day, it could be up to 10 years. So it's inside my contract. So having a legit contract blocks all those foxes trying to take money away from you, trying to get a discount from you. So I block myself by adding those things inside my contract. So a legit contract, it will cost you money, but if you're part of the six plus figure club, if you're part of our club, you get a free contract that it cost me almost $10,000. So I'll send you the sample for free. You just got to be a member. You just got to be a part of the team. Okay. Another question: Do you like Yelp, Google, and Facebook for running ads, for getting qualified leads? That's from Christian Perez, my boy Christian. Thank you. Hi, Christian. Like I said, every type of advertising, any type of resource that I can get to expose my company, I will expose my company. I personally don't run Yelp ads. The reason why is Yelp is a business that doesn't care about your business. They just care about your money. And here's why. You can have 20 good reviews there, 30 good reviews there. If one review comes in, they're going to, of course, keep that up there so that it can bother you. And once it bother you, you're going to call them, "Hey, this guy gave me a bad review. Can you delete it?" They'll say, "No, we don't delete it, sir. You can't. We can't delete it because that's the public opinion." There is people that we never done jobs with them just because they're competitors and people that don't like me. Unfortunately, there's people like this out there. They give us bad reviews, and we call in and like, "Hey, I don't even know who this person is. We never done any job for them," and they were giving me a bad review. Well, Yelp said we won't delete them because that's the public opinion. So you got to be careful where you run your ads and where you're going to expose yourself, just because there's people that can really take your business up and take your business down at the same time. And Yelp is one of them. And the only thing they will tell you is that if you want to filter the reviews, we can filter for only $500 or $600, whatever they do it, right? So be careful with that. Having an in-house marketing team really helps you qualify you better. Like in-house marketing team, meaning you have a bunch of ads running through social media, Facebook, like you name it. Now, once that lead gets in, remember how I said, I don't want you guys to have a bunch of leads, but if you don't know how to turn into leads into a job, it's like you have all that in. Now you have a bunch of people wandering around. "Hey, I want to do a job. I don't know how much it's going to cost me." I have trained people inside my office today that ask those key questions. What are you trying to do? What kind of work is it? What's your budget? Like, how much money you think this is going to cost you? Like, all those key questions, just to make sure that everyone that gets in are people that we're really refining them, like really separating them from the general public. So you have the top of the funnel, half of the funnel, bottom of the funnel, and then sales, right? So it starts with like, how many leads we had, Clayton, last month? 400, 500, somewhere around? Yeah, it was about 400 leads in the month of September, right? So 400 people in the Bay Area that called us or somehow connect with us by email or whatever, request a lead. So inside our website, you can just go there and click it and then request an appointment, and then you schedule it, all that, right? Anyways, 400 people. Out of that 400 people, we refine all of them, and then we end up going to 140, 150. I remember this because we have every Monday we have a sales meeting, so we go over numbers and things like that. So last month, 400 leads. We actually, after doing all the qualification, we filtered them. We visit over 120 clients, right, last month. Out of 120 clients, my number, guys, is between 15 or 20%. Like, if I can close between 15 or 20%, that's solid. That's gold. That's money, right? So out of the 120 clients, so far, because you don't count by the month, you count by the 30-day period of a time. So far, I think we closed like 16 jobs already between, meet last month into now. So it's about 16 projects. We're going to close next week, but 16 projects. That doesn't mean I'll waste all the other ones. Those are, I think about 50 of them is still in process. So inside our CRM system, you're able to move people around. So we have pre-qualification. They're talking with us. super hot, and then closed deals, right? Closed deals is where we want to be. So we have about 50 people that after we visit them, after we send them a proposal, they're like, you know what, I kind of like you guys, and I'm still shopping around, I'm not ready yet, and all that. Hot clients meaning like they're about to close, within a week. So that means we have about 13 or 14 of them where it's like we're about to close in a week. We closed 16 already, and we still have about 50 of them, which is on the top of the funnel after it comes into our CRM system. So those are like pre-qualifying the clients, making that phone call. You see, like out of 400 guys, we're only able to schedule 120 clients. And then all that extra lead, it was not wasted. Why? Because now I have contacts and people that's like handymans, people that's starting right now, like even people here in the region that it's like, hey, Bruno, I'll buy those leads from you, because we do have our minimal. Our minimal cannot be their minimum. I think our minimum is 10 grand, right? Any jobs that we do, it needs to be a minimum of 10 grand. So anything that's less than 10 grand, I'm reselling those leads to local business and people that's inside the masterclass, that's inside the six-figure club. So I give it to them. So if you want free leads, one thing that you could do is like jump into the six-figure club. I think the link there, Clayton, where people can click on it. Yeah, so the link it's there. Go ahead and sign up for the club. You become a part of the WhatsApp group. Inside this WhatsApp group, that's like free clients that I'm just giving it to people that's already there. It only costs you $2.79 per day. It's like a cup of coffee where you're gonna have access to a bunch of leads that comes in, because we only do up to 10 grand. 10 grand and above. Anything less than that, it's not worth our time. It's not worth our movement of equipment and all that, right? All right, next question. You can qualify your own leads on the funnel. Yes, we can do that. We qualify everything inside our CRM system. Very simple, and we just keep doing it. Next question. Okay. Yeah, how to get more leads. Yeah, we already talked about that. So inside our client, this is not just once thing. I do this every week where I talk with people. That's inside our club. I do have a weekly meeting on a Zoom call. It's a private Zoom call that I just go over everything. Any questions they have. It's a lot less people. It's easier for us to maintain the conversation going. So I teach you the steps of how to qualify leads, how to really find the right leads, how to go to the next level. Like all these questions that we kind of went over right now, it's already available weekly if you're part of the club. So sign up for the club. I think that's probably the best investment you're going to do. Okay, we have Sheldon Santos. So Sheldon is one of the guys. He's saying right now that he hates Yelp, and so he's one of the guys that I met. Through he started following us, and like we connected, and then right now we're doing I gave him a $22,000 project, 23,000. Yeah, just like that. Why? Because he became someone that connected with me, got closer to me, and like, dude, yeah, I'd love to do business with you. Let's make money together, right? I can only do so much, guys. So this guy is doing a $23,000 next week, just like that. He's saying he hates Yelp. He gets so many competitors, and they leave bad reviews. So that's exactly what I said. You get a lot of competitors. That same lead that Yelp's sending you. I'm not trying to talk bad about Yelp. I kind of am. I kind of am a little. But Yelp is gonna just make you fight for those leads. Not only you, but another 20 local contracts that's fighting for the same thing, right? So one thing that I learned is Yelp is not gonna help you unless if you do what Yelp wants you to do, right? So unfortunately, that's how it is. Even Yelp itself, check this out. Even Yelp itself has 2-star reviews as a website, as a company that provides leads. Even Yelp itself, they only have 2-star reviews. That means people really don't like them for the way they're doing. They became a 2. Early on, if you ask your client, hey, can you please go in Yelp and do a review? They'll take it down. I have so many clients, so they never had a Yelp account. They created a Yelp account. We did a job for them. They applied, they upload a bunch of pictures. Yeah, Bruno and his team came over, did a very beautiful job, and I love it, everything that they've done. Here's all the pictures. Yelp goes there and takes the review down and say, yeah, you can't be asking your clients for reviews. So what's the purpose of you guys then? right? So it's like, no, it makes sense. I don't want to give them all this attention. Okay. So right now, I gotta finish this, but before we finish, I'm gonna tell you the secret of how I closed a $1.3 million job. And I want you to just think about that, right? $1.3 million job. When was the last time you had opportunity to bid on something of that size? Maybe it's a $500,000 project, right? The only way I was able to get to that is because I follow exactly the same steps that I'm teaching you here. And there's so many more things that I can teach you. But I need you to act fast and be someone that's really hungry, that wants to succeed in business and wants to go to the next level. You got to be consistent. You can't just like, oh, this is something that's trending. I'm just going to go ahead and do this for 6 months. Consistency separates winners from wannabes. Are you going to be a winner, or are you going to be someone that just wants to make money? I'm building financial wealth. I'm changing my generation. I'm changing the generation that I come from to like a generation that's never going to have to face poverty anymore. The place where I come from, guys, if we had food on our table, it was like, let's celebrate. Why? Because we had nothing. And in Brazil, even though we never went through starvation, we always try to figure out how to put food on our table. It wasn't easy. It wasn't something that I was born in a family that really loved me, a family that really take care of each other. And that's why I ended up here in the US. And today I'll tell you this. Having an opportunity to be bidding on projects and having an opportunity in making a lot of money, I don't want to keep that to myself. And that's why I'm willing to help you all. That's why I'm willing to go to the next level. That's why I'm willing to see you succeed. You're born to be a successful person. You're not the tail, you're the head. You're someone that desires, and someone that wants to go to the next level. And I never imagined myself running a multi-million-dollar business, an 8-figure business, where I started out of a necessity. I started out of a place where it's like, I want to make some money. And to get to the biggest, to get to a place where I got, right? I bid on a $1.3 million job, and how I got that job was because I was just being myself. There's not a secret that you can do that's going to change who you are. You can fake it until you make it, but you can be real and keep making it every single day. And that's what I did. I was just myself. I was just talking with that person and showing to her that I could do the job. And then, of course, she had other companies there with a lot more credibility than me. And because I was just being myself, I was just being me. Like, this is me. I'm not a major company. I'm just me with my guys. And I'm willing to do your job. And I'm willing to just get it done. So if I can give any advice today, is put God first in everything that you do. And just be yourself. Don't try to pretend to be someone that you're not. Learn how to talk with people. If you don't follow me today on IG, you should follow. You should go to Bruno the Outdoor Builder, follow me there. My team is more than happy to assist you with any questions that you may have. But I'm here just to remind you, if you're really hungry, if you really want to move and change your life, if you really want to go to the next level, enough is enough, guys. It's time for you to arise. It's time for you to be like someone that really knows, someone that's really going to get there, someone that's really going to grab the American dream and go forward to the next level. You don't wait on opportunity to knock on your door. You don't. You get that door, you rip that door off, and you face to the other side. So it's what's happening today. I'm giving you an opportunity not to knock on your door, but to like get through the door, get through the other side, and make it like I did. If you really want to have more time with your family, if you really want to have more time, quality time with your loved ones, this is the time. Learn how to do the business the right way. And I'm willing to help you. All you need to do today is just click, sign up for the club, be a member of the club, get daily tips, get daily ideas, get daily insights from everything that we're doing. Guys, throughout the years, I have bid on I have sent out over $100 million in proposals in the last 3 years. $100 million. And I was able to close 8 figures for the last year. So today, I'll tell you this. If you're ready to change your life, if you're ready to move forward, this is the time. There's a link here below. The team is putting a link down below. And we're just going to present to you the opportunity and show it to you how it is possible for you to get to the next level, for you to grow and scale up your business. So get ready to move forward. Get ready to be someone that's ready to change your generation. It's not about your life. It's your generations to come. Go ahead and sign up. Be a member. Let's talk daily. Let's have this conversation daily. Any questions, anything that you may have, any things that you go through. Maybe you're going through something that you don't know how to handle it. Not only me, but my team and everyone that's also in that group is going to be able to help you and give you advice and just make sure that you do the right thing. All right. So take action right now. Go ahead and sign up and let's become closer. DM on Bruno the Outdoor Builder. Whatever you have questions, whatever you want to know. Again, I'm just a simple guy, humble guy, trying to help you with whatever I can. And I'm not trying to help you only to say I did, but also to see you succeed and do more than what I did, right? One thing's for sure, and I hope you understand me. You're never going to get to the position I'm at today. You're never going to get to the position that I'm at today. Why? Because I'll never stop growing. I'll never stop growing. I'm not just going to be here waiting for you. I'm just going to keep growing. So if you want to jump into the group right now, if you want to jump in and come be a member of what I'm doing here, in 2 or 3 years from now, we look back and it's like, bro, we did it. This is the time. If there's any lady out there watching us, become someone that's going to change your life, and not only your life, and your generation as well. So thank you. God bless you. Thank you very much for everyone that jumped in. I appreciate you all, and have a good day.